I think it's pretty wild right now that I'm making a video. It has been so long. Wow. I'm going to try to make this as fast as possible because I yap a lot and I'm not trying to sit here and yap your life away. I was bummed out in November because I blew that funded account, said I wasn't going to make any more videos. I was going to just focus on trading. And I did that. Okay. December, bought an eval. Boom. Blew that. Okay. And I'm like, you know what? This is just not working for me. Let me take a break. So end of December, stopped trading. January 2nd, bought an eval, passed it. I was like, all right, praise the Lord. I did not pay for that funded account for a while. I was a little bit negative. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, okay, great. I passed an eval, but I'm probably going to blow the funded account. A little bit negative. Ended up buying it in February, early February. And so now I'm just trading this funded account. At some point I realized I'm putting too much pressure on this funded account. I need to have an eval alongside of this so that, there are certain days I probably shouldn't be trading the funded account. I could just trade the eval. I bought an eval on the 25th of February. And now I just want to go ahead and show you a screenshot that I took March 5th. This was that funded account that I passed on the 14th. I brought that sucker all the way down to $307.82. I'm talking about my drawdown here. And then ignore this middle account. I don't know why Apex had this on here for the longest time. But the eval that I bought in February, I brought that thing down to $418.92 from my drawdown. And in fact, I believe this eval was one where I was close to passing it. I was $200 or $300 from passing it. So I went from almost passing it to almost brought it down this low here. So there's a lot I wish I could, I wanted to say right here, but this is just a quick update video. I got some great advice from a coach that reached out to me within a trading community that I'm involved in. Shout out Emily Young, by the way. I told her a little bit about my journey and she said, at this point, and she's like, okay, you're scared to lose one R now, on your trades. So that means your R is too big. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. How is it too big? This is supposed to be a normal R. I've got a $25,000 account. I'm trading $250 for the R. That's not that big. But she's like, you're scared and it's stressing you out. It's too big. And I'm like, oh no. We ended up doing a coaching call she did for free, which is actually crazy. I'm going to get into these details probably later on in the channel. By the time the call was done, I decided to take her advice. She said, trade one micro. Man, I've never really done it like that. And I've just been hearing in the trading community, when you're doing these prop firms, you have to kind of risk an amount that makes sense, that can, where you can get things done faster, get through evals faster, get to payouts faster. And she's like, nope, trade one micro. And then she asked me, have you been consistent in hitting 1.2 R profit on your winning trades? I'm like, not really. I mean, a little bit, but I can't say for long periods of time. I haven't. And she's like, okay, yeah. So just focus on hitting 1.2 R. And cause at the time, you guys know, I was trading, I was doing all kinds of things. I was trying to leave runners. I was trying to take partial profits. I was doing things that I'm not saying I won't do them again, but I just wasn't at that level. I wasn't at that level to be doing things like that. In my funded account, I only traded one micro. And in the eval, I decided I'm going to trade at least two micros. That's it. So let me just show you where I'm at now. Okay. Again, that screenshot that I showed you was March 5th. And so this is the funded account, as you can see right here. I brought it up a little bit. This actually would have been larger, but there was a couple of days in March that I actually did bring this all the way up to like 630 and then brought it down worse than the screenshot I actually showed you. So the fact that I'm even up in this account, I mean, not up, but I've brought the distance, the drawdown up a little bit, is kind of crazy. And then what I'm more so proud of is this eval here. I ended up passing it yesterday. So I went from almost passing it to almost blowing it to passing it yesterday. So what I'm calling my story right now is it's kind of like reminding me of like the turtle. What is it? The turtle and the hare story where they're racing. The turtle obviously is very slow than the rabbit, but the rabbit's going all over the place, getting distracted. And because of that, the turtle like wins, ends up winning, right? That's where I am. So the biggest takeaway from making these pretty big changes, it's giving me time to like fix my trading. Like it gives me time to recover from bigger losing days. And it's just giving, and you know, for me, I personally believe that a good trader can pull themselves out of a drawdown, like even a pretty big one. Whether they're doing funded accounts or they're doing their own personal accounts. Late last year, I said I wanted to have 2 funded accounts, and I think it's kind of interesting. I would have never thought that the way I do that is by trading 1 micro in my funded account and 2 micros in my eval. So I passed this account. I will pay for it soon. So now I'm going to have 2 funded accounts, and I'm going to do the same thing. In this funded account, the one that's still, you know, kind of struggling a little bit, I'm going to stick to just trading 1 micro. And in my, when I pay for this funded account here, I'm going to leave it at 2 micros. You know, if I get it under a certain amount with my drawdown, then I'll go to 1 micro. All my winning trades in March hit 1.2 R. Some of them went a little more than that, but I'm not going to be messing with runners. If anything, I'm allowing myself this month to let my trades hit, you know, maybe a little bit more than 1.2, 1.5, maybe 2 R, but not leaving runners, taking partial profits or anything like that. The biggest thing also I'm working on in April is if I lose 2 times in a row, if I lose 2 Rs, I have to be done trading for the day on that account. Like I can't keep trading because that's kind of what's been hurting me is not taking a loss at the end of the day and over trading and just losing way too much. Like I said, this funded account actually I feel like would be a lot further along if I didn't overtrade on a couple of days in March. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to try to make videos every week. Like 1 video a week is what I'm trying to say. At least to kind of update you on these accounts. That's where I'm at. That's my update. I hope you like this video and let me know what you think in the comments.